Hello, welcome to HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish McFarland. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
I just lied to you. I'm not good. I'm really.
What's the matter? I think I know, but my sense is this: you worked through lunch again.
I did not eat breakfast. I did not eat lunch. I worked pulling weeds because I was cranky, and so I pulled weeds for like an hour in the sun, and then I decided it would be great to power wash. But let me tell you what. I know I've talked about my power washer and my love for that before. When you're really not, I wasn't angry about any one thing, but just like crabby, it's like I got a whole section of my patio cleaned.
Nice.
And then you feel so good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you do. I am a fan of manual labor. Not all the time, every day kind of manual labor, but I kind of miss it a little bit because I don't really have much to do here. But yeah, I know what you mean though. Sometimes you just need to shut your mind off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just do some work, do some gardening, do some grass cutting, cut down some trees, build a wall, whatever it is. I like that. I do enjoy it.
I know. I shoveled some rock too and cleaned the pool and just like, yeah, you're right. Manual labor. I feel at least like I've accomplished something, but yeah, I think part of it's I'm hangry and part of it's I'm just crabby today. But I think that's okay.
It happens. Tuesday's the day for it, I think. Tuesday's probably the worst day of the week. Mondays, everybody complains about Mondays, but you sort of expect it a little bit. Just Monday's a drag. Yeah. Tuesday's the worst day of the week. It's kind of still early in the week. There's no end in sight. It's like, oh my God, it's only Tuesday.
Right, we're bringing each other down.
Because there's a lot of times on a Tuesday you say, my God, it's only Tuesday. And that's like the day you say that the most, I think, during the week. Because Monday, it's already in your head, oh, it's only Monday. Tuesday's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's only Tuesday.
Tell me something fun and interesting, or
I've got a couple things. I'm
something happy.
I scour the internet for interesting ideas, and here's one I thought was kind of interesting. It just popped on my radar today. So I was always a fan as a kid, and my son was as well, of Kraft macaroni and cheese, the classic, right? Boxed Kraft macaroni and cheese. And it's just an awesome thing. And it's been an awesome thing for decades. I don't know when it came out, but I've always loved it. My son loved it. And there was definitely a time where I felt like it was about the only thing he would eat. Kraft Mac and Cheese is rebranding, Trish, as a breakfast option.
What?
Apparently they did a survey. They surveyed 1,000 or so parents, and they found out that 56% of parents have increased their serving to their children of Kraft macaroni and cheese as a breakfast item. So I didn't really know anybody served this for breakfast. Apparently people already do, and many of those people are doing it even more during quarantine, pandemic, lockdown, etc.
Wow.
They even have a hashtag. I'm going to say the hashtag out loud because we probably need to throw it in our tweets later when we promote the show. It's hashtag KMC for breakfast, and there's some sort of, I don't know, contest or giveaway or something. I don't really know exactly the rest of it, but I wanted to ask you about this, Trish. First of all, Kraft macaroni and cheese, yay or nay? And secondly, how about as a breakfast item?
So definitely a yay. Although I doctor mine up, I put cream in mine and a little bit of shredded cheese.
Now you're talking.
I tell you what, growing up, my mom, and now I appreciate this, but it will sound like I don't. It will sound like I'm an ungrateful daughter. My mom cooked everything from scratch. Everything. Even macaroni and cheese.
That can be very good, Trish, from
we
scratch.
would beg her for Kraft macaroni and cheese. Nope, we could not have that. We were not having powdered cheese food. She made and I hated macaroni and cheese for years because I was stuck eating real macaroni and cheese my mom made. So Mom, I'm so sorry.
Wow. All right. Well, part of it, does mom watch the show, Trish, or is she going to hear this?
Mom does watch this show, Mom and Dad. So
well, hi, Mom and Dad. I have not talked to you guys in a while, so shout out to Mom and Dad. Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned the toppings, or kind of jazzing it up a little bit, because part of the article, I don't have it in front of me though.
Do not say they're putting flavors.
No, but they're giving you tips and ideas to help make it more of a breakfasty meal. Throw some eggs in there, throw some bacon in there. Like there's some different things. Trisha, what I would say, and I'm a Spam guy. I don't buy it very often, but I do like it. But I think if you took the Kraft mac and cheese and then took your Spam, chopped it up, kind of nice dice, put a hard sear on that Spam, fire that into the mac and cheese, that's a winner all the way right there. So that's.
I will agree that probably makes it more like breakfast. I have to tell you, okay, so I'm thinking I could do Kraft macaroni and cheese like we do here in St. Louis, like a slinger, which is where you take the noodles, typically spaghetti noodles, but it could be macaroni noodles with cheese, and you put chili on it and eggs.
Okay.
You could also put gravy on it. So I don't know. I think I could see some fried eggs on my. I think we need to do this and take photos.
Yeah, so I sadly don't have any Kraft mac and cheese in the house, but I'll get some and maybe some spam as well, and I'll whip something up. You can follow my very active Pinterest board, Trish, to see all my cooking creations, which I do post on. That's not a joke. That is a real thing.
That is not a real thing. Are you on Pinterest?
Check it out. I heard.
Not on Pinterest.
Follow me there. I post quite often. So Kraft mac and cheese, KMC for breakfast. I'm all the way on that.
I think you changed my mood with your Kraft macaroni and cheese story.
I know, that's not a fun story.
You did. That is a fun story, actually.
I listened to, I thought there was something else that was bothering me today too. I don't know why, but like, do you have satellite radio like in the cars and stuff, right? Yeah. Do you ever listen to any like I know the music stations don't typically have commercials, but the news does if you listen to the news or the talk shows or the sports, which I'll do a lot during the day. Like I'll put the news on or maybe like a talk show or something just for background noise. Sure. I've noticed there's like kind of only 3 commercials on satellite radio now. Like, and what are they? Well, they're all involving some sort of nightmare that you've managed to get yourself involved in, and you want to get, remove, like help to get out of. Like one of them is you somehow in the past you bought yourself a timeshare, and now you really regret that. And there are companies out there will help you kind of get out of that issue. The other one is somehow you're a small business person, just like yourself and myself. And you're caught up in some sort of like nightmarish hellscape of having to regularly go to the post office. And there's like a service that just wants to convince you that that's the worst possible thing you could be doing in your life. And they want to sell you like printers and scales and things like that to keep you out of the post office. I don't know if the post office was that awful. Is it that awful?
Oh my gosh, I can't stand to go to the post office. I can't.
Maybe that makes sense.
I have 3 things right now that are due to be returned back. Like I cannot bring myself to go there. It's like less than a mile away. It's like a quarter mile from my house.
Okay.
And to top it up, a friend of mine works there. So if I go in, the odds are pretty good that I would actually see someone I truly like. Wow. So shout out to my friend Angie who might be watching this. No, I don't. It's not about all of that. I don't know. I just feel like it feels so outdated to me, but I hate doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the commercials are like, the post office is awful and you have better things to do. You have business to run. You have your life to lead. And I'm thinking, okay, now we're getting like overly dramatic. Like if I go to the post office, like my life has just been ruined. And I'll give you one more. And maybe you've heard this. This is more of an HR type.
Okay.
I've never checked this out, but I've heard the commercial 17,000 times this summer, which is like the Netflix for HR service. Have you heard this one?
No.
Like you're, again, the small business owner, they must have figured out like satellite radio is just full of small business owners, but they're pitching you hiring an HR manager is too expensive. So you should just get this HR as a service for like $99 a month and they'll take care of all your HR needs. And that just seems crazy to me, but maybe it is a thing. I've heard 1,000 commercials for it. I don't know anybody who's actually done it or anybody has any familiarity with it. But
I'm feeling like I might just hire them to deal with you. I'm not sure.
So what's the worst? So basically, what's the worst thing? You bought a timeshare you can't get out of. You have to go to the post office regularly, or you have to deal with an HR person. Like, what's the worst? Like,
I've never bought a timeshare, although I've been tempted back in the day. But no, I've never done it. So that's probably off the list. Post office has to be mine. I just can't do it.
You have your lives to lead. So yeah,
I wanted to see if I could actually not have a mailbox, because all that ever gets delivered is junk.
Yeah.
I check it like once a week. It's junk. All my bills are online. Like I just don't even want it, but you have to have one.
I know you're not as big a Seinfeld person as I was growing up. It was definitely more of an East Coast thing, a New York thing, but there is an entire episode of Seinfeld basically with that as the plot. Kramer wants to opt out of mail.
Yeah,
and
I
used
want
it.
to opt out. Why
And,
can't I opt out of mail?
and a couple of the mailmen kidnap Kramer and they throw him in a van and they drag him down to the post office where the actual postmaster general lectures Kramer on how he can't opt out of his mail. That's like it's a really funny show, actually.
I'm also just thinking, like, what if I just stop getting it altogether? I get it like once a week, and it's in front of my house. But what if it's just too full? What happens then? They just take it away?
Yeah, I don't know, because I've actually run into that once, and I can't remember what happened. It was one of those long trips, we've had over the years, like a really long one, and so I didn't stop the mail, and I had no one to get the mail, and I think they just held it. I think they put a note on my door when I got home from wherever, and it was like, hey, we can't fit any more of your mail here. You've got to come down to the post. Oh my God, I had to go to the post office and get it too. Oh, what a nightmare that was. I know.
No, my other pet peeve is like you'll get a little sticker on your mailbox that says, "Oh, we've got this letter for you," or something, whatever package, and postage is due. Come to the post office and pick it up. I don't even know what it was I ordered. I order all kinds of stuff on Amazon all the time, little stuff like dog treats or batteries or random stuff. And something came with postage due. I just didn't go. I'll just send it back. I don't care. Like,
yeah, that's a weird one.
Isn't that weird? Postage due. I thought I am not going to the post office. I'm not paying it.
Yeah. I'm toying with the idea of buying a Vespa. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I don't care for Vespas, but they are on the East Coast. You may.
Yeah, I just had a note in front of me. It just says Vespa. I think that's what I meant to.
I feel like here in the Midwest, people would buy a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like we'd go all out and just get the motorcycle.
So last thing, real quick, that hurricane, now the tropical storm thing that's come through the East Coast. It rained here a lot yesterday. Today it's nice, but that thing landed about a mile from where I went on vacation a few weeks ago.
Did it really?
Right there, right? Yeah, it was the next town over, like really, really close.
Go back. You were thinking about going back.
Yeah, so I've not today. I've been busy, so I haven't checked out was there damage or things like that. But hopefully, it didn't get hit too hard.
Hey, speaking of
it right there.
I don't know if you've been on Twitter or the news, but did you see about the big explosion in Beirut?
I just saw a headline about it, but I didn't read anything about it.
Go on Twitter. So for anyone watching this, it is horrific. I don't think they know exactly what it is yet. It looks like a bomb.
Wow.
I think they're kind of hinting that it's not a bomb. It was at the port in Beirut, and the video is phenomenal. It's like a huge explosion, but then there's like a pause, and then there's one that just like levels blocks.
So yeah, that's awful. There were
people that are
100 years ago, and I said something about it last week when I had this shirt on. 100 years ago, I did this project in Saudi Arabia, and I was there for a while. And this was before internet, before I guess maybe we had email, but we didn't have cell phones or anything like that. So I was in country in Saudi Arabia when one of the big explosions happened. It's called the Khobar Towers. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah,
sound familiar at all?
I do remember that. Yeah,
I was in Saudi Arabia when that happened. I happened to be in a different city, but all the people I knew, like my parents were still alive at the time, and other people knew I was there, didn't know where I was exactly. All they knew is all over the news is this huge terrorist explosion, in Saudi Arabia, and they couldn't get in touch with me for I don't know how long. And I'm so dumb too. I was much younger. I wasn't thinking about, oh my God, I better tell everybody at home I'm fine. I didn't even think of it, like for 5 days later. So
oh my God,
I was fine. But yeah.
Thanks for the update. No, you know what?
I rode away on my Vespa as quickly as I could.
It's really sad because there are just so many people that are hurt.
That's awful. Yeah, no, I quickly saw the headline, but I didn't read through. Yeah. I was busy jumping on that macaroni and cheese story.
I know, I saw that. Well, you know what? When I was speaking in Dubai a couple years ago for the HR Director Summit there, and met quite a few people from Lebanon. So I'm hoping they're all okay. Obviously, there's no way to check right now, but friends I made there, and they just couldn't have been nicer people. And just hope them the best for.
That's the one thing I've learned is we've gone all over the world, right? And people are nice everywhere. That's the thing that's been consistent. I no matter where we've been, I know I'm speaking for you, but I mean places we've been at the same time, but other places, everyone's so nice.
Yeah, I think there's a conception. I mean, yes, there are certainly people all over that will hurt you in this country that will hurt you, right? That can really do a lot of damage to you in many ways. But Yeah, I've been very, very lucky that all the travels I've had all over the Middle East, whether it be in Dubai or in Jordan or all over, couldn't have been nicer.
Hey, I know we're running on time. I want to tell one more thing. I was on a call today, and I don't want to get into the details of it, but we were talking about virtual events and a cool thing to do in a virtual event or for a team building thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this was a thing where they contracted with a shoemaker in Barcelona, which is a place I know I love and I think you love too, where they were making shoes, and those espadrille shoes. Yeah, espadrille, did I say that? And anyway, so the whole interactive portion of it is like you're on the Zoom call or whatever it is, and you're picking out your colors and you're picking out the style and the material, et cetera. And the crafts person in the shop in Barcelona is making you the shoe, and you're interacting, you're learning how it's done, and you're all sort of hanging out together in your team as well and talking. And then at the end of it, they mail you the shoes. I thought that was the coolest idea.
All right, I love that.
For like a virtual team building thing.
I think we should think more about virtual team building. We haven't really talked about that on here before. So let's think about that, see if we can find some good stories maybe for a future chat.
Awesome.
But for now, this hangry girl is going to go try and
Yes. Go get some mac and cheese.
You definitely improved my mood.
Yay.
Bonus points to you because I was very, very crabby.
I worked hard. I put on a pink shirt and everything. So
I know I felt bad. You're like, you're messaging me. I'm gonna put on a new shirt. I'm thinking like, I just literally came out of the garden. My nails are.
Well, I'm trying to. I don't want to be every single show on here with like a cut off, raggedy 27-year-old T-shirt. I'm trying to class it up occasionally.
I know you're doing so good.
I'm a professional.
Tomorrow, everybody. I'll try and I haven't even showered yet today. It's not bad. Anyway, on that happy note, thank you everyone for listening, watching, all your messages, for cheering me up, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.